Hi everyone, thank you so much for being here. Today, I'm excited to share my vision of what an ideal school library can look like. A space that isn't just a room filled with books, but a vibrant, evolving hub for learning, creativity, and community. I want you to picture a place where students rush towards in the morning, where reading, collaboration, problem solving, exploration, and belonging all happen naturally. That is the library I'm proposing today. To ground that vision, let's start with the mission and the bigger purpose behind this work. My mission is straightforward but powerful: to empower students to access knowledge, to develop strong critical skills, and apply their creativity in meaningful and authentic ways. And the vision behind that is to create an inclusive library space that truly fosters learning, innovation, and leadership, not just for some students, but for every student who walks through the door. The mission and vision align directly with AASL's shared foundations, especially Inquire, Include, and Collaborate, and with what we've explored throughout the course about evolving the role of the school library. In practical terms, this would mean a library where students feel safe asking questions, where they can explore topics freely and deeply, where they build confidence as thinkers and creators, and where their identities, language, and cultures are reflected and respected. This mission shapes every decision, from how the collection is developed, to how instruction is delivered, to how the space is designed. And one of the most important ways this mission comes to life is through the instructional role of teacher librarians, which is so often misunderstood but absolutely essential in any school library. One of the most fundamental parts of this vision is strengthening the collaboration role of the teacher librarian. A teacher librarian isn't someone who just helps with books, they're an instructional partner, and in my ideal library, collaboration becomes part of the school culture and curriculum, not something that only happens when a teacher remembers to book the library. This means working closely with teachers to co-plan and co-teach lessons that build research skills, media literacy, and digital citizenship. For example, guiding students through evaluating online sources during a grade 6 inquiry unit, or supporting grade 9 English classes with digital annotation tools during literature circles. It also means being available as an ongoing resource, helping teachers integrate databases, curate materials for upcoming units, and design engaging and inquiry-based projects. In this vision, the library becomes a shared instructional space where teachers and the teacher librarian work side by side to support student learning. Now, let's talk about the heart of the library, the collection. A library is only as strong as the resources it offers, and keeping that collection relevant, diverse, and current is important. In my vision, the collection grows and changes with our students and their needs. It's not about buying books, it's about supporting learning, curiosity, and identity. Here's what collection would look like in practice: updating nonfiction constantly so students aren't using outdated information, offering high interest formats like graphic novels, manga, audiobooks to engage reluctant readers, curating identity affirming books from Indigenous authors to LGBTQ+, fiction to multilingual picture books, balancing print and digital with accessible ebooks, databases, and audiobooks so all learners have options. A living collection tells students, we see you, we support you, and we want you to explore. And a strong collection makes collaboration with teachers seamless. Resources are there to support lessons and projects. And when our collection is strong, it naturally leads to programs and partnerships that make the library come alive. As I've mentioned multiple times, a library isn't just a room with books, it's a hub for connection, learning, and collaboration. In my ideal library, partnerships aren't just one-off events, they're ongoing and meaningful. Here's what that could look like: monthly themed book displays tied to curriculum or cultural events like Books That Changed My Life displays curated by students. After-school family literacy nights where parents and students can learn how to use digital tools or explore public library resources. Co-planning with teachers so the library actively supports writing goals, research projects, and literature circles. Inviting local experts such as authors, STEM mentors, artists, or cultural knowledge keepers for workshops or Q&A sessions during school times. These partnerships turn the library into a living, breathing space where students, teachers, and the community all feel connected. And as we connect with teachers and the community, we also need to show our impact. That's where leadership and advocacy comes in. One of the most important things I have learned in this course is that a strong library does not stay quiet. Leadership and advocacy are essential to make sure the library is recognized as a central part of the school's learning. In real life, this would look like tracking circulation and program attendance to see what is working and where students' interests are growing. It means collecting feedback from teachers and students to identify gaps in resources or services. It also means sharing student success stories. For example, a hesitant reader who found confidence through graphic novels, or a newcomer student who thrived using multilingual books. Being a leader also means participating in school conversations. The teacher librarian can bring insights to staff meetings, school improvement plans, and district discussions about curriculum, technology, and equity. Leadership isn't just about managing the library, it's about making it visible, essential, and influential in teaching and learning. Advocacy is not asking for extras. It is showing how the library already adds values and why it deserves support. In my ideal library, the makerspace is one of the most exciting and important parts. It's where creativity, problem solving, and hands-on learning come to life for all students. I imagine a makerspace that supports every type of learner, whether they learn best by doing, seeing, or experimenting. This space would have stations for things such as graphic design softwares, recording and podcasting setups, 3D printing, robotic kits, and low-tech crafting, like building models or creating signs. On an average day, you might see a grade 4 class using Makey Makey to explore circuits, middle school students recording short podcasts or book reviews, and older students designing and printing 3D objects that connect directly to their science or math lessons. At the same time, students could be quietly working on creative projects like sewing, Lego builds, or stop-motion videos. The makerspace is more than technology. It gives students a chance to experiment, fail, try again, and succeed. It encourages curiosity, collaboration, and confidence. And by including digital tools alongside low-tech options, the library helps students adapt to the ever-evolving digital landscape while still making learning accessible and fun to all types of learners. And when we combine this hands-on creative space with strong collections, partnerships, and leaderships, we can start imagining a truly future-ready library. When I think about the future of this library, I imagine a space that grows with our students and adapts to their changing needs. I see a larger makerspace with station for robotics, podcasting, art, video creation, and low-tech crafts. I see flexible learning zones with soft seating for reading, movable tables for group work, and spaces for quiet focus. The library would also have a multimedia studio where students can film presentations, create short documentaries, and our digital resources would continue to expand with updated ebooks, databases for every grade level, and accessibility tools for all learners. I also envision more multilingual resources and strong partnerships with public libraries, local artists, and community groups to bring even more learning opportunities into the library. This library that evolves with its students, prepares them for the future, and remains a central and inspiring hub for learning and creativity. And with all these pieces in place, it all comes together to create a library that is not just a functional, but an essential space for our school community. To wrap up, this vision is more than books and technology. It's about creating a library that empowers students, supports teachers, and strengthens the entire school community. When we invest in the library, we're investing in literacy, critical thinking, creativity, and student confidence. We create a space where every learner feels seen and supported, and where teachers can collaborate and innovate. This vision is grounded in best practices and standards like AASL, CSLA, and IFLA, as well as the skills I've learned in Info 233 and Info 250, but most importantly, it reflects what students need today and in the future. With your support, through staffing, funding, and recognition of the library as a central learning space, we can turn this vision into reality. Together, we can build a library that inspires, empowers, and prepares our students for everything ahead. Thank you so much for listening. I'm excited to see what our school library can become. If you have any questions, concerns, or suggestions, please mention them now. Thank you.